All right, let's dive into this incredible story of how AI is unlocking some of our planet's biggest, deepest secrets. We're going to look at how one team managed to turn a massive, silent library of ocean data into a dynamic partner you can actually have a conversation with.
I mean, just think about that for a second. For decades, this enormous treasure trove of ocean data, gathered by thousands of little robotic floats, was basically locked away. It was written in a language so complex, only a handful of experts could even begin to understand it. But what if we could change all that? What if we could just ask the ocean a question?
And this slide right here perfectly captures that transformation. It's the ultimate before and after. We're moving from the old way, tangled screens of complex code that only a specialist could use, to a brand new way, one that's all about simple conversation and crystal clarity. It's a huge leap from a world with a massive barrier to entry to one where incredible insights are just a question away.
So let's start with the core problem. This challenge of what we could call a locked digital ocean.
See, India, through its Ministry of Earth Sciences and its Ocean Information Center, INCOIS, has this gigantic national data asset. We're talking about data from thousands of robotic Argo floats that are just drifting through the Indian Ocean, kind of like automated weather stations for the sea. The problem? This incredible treasure was locked up in a super complex scientific format called NetCDF. Think of it like a digital treasure chest with a very, very tricky lock.
And here's the number that really shows you the scale of the problem. 95%. That complex data format meant that 95% of the people who were supposed to use this data, scientists, policymakers, even students, were effectively locked out.
And let's be really clear here. This wasn't just some small technical hurdle. The source material calls it a fundamental data accessibility crisis. It was a strategic failure to really capitalize on a major national investment in ocean science. All the data was there, but its wisdom was totally out of reach.
So, how did they do it? How did a team forge the key to finally unlock this massive treasure chest? Let's get into the solution.
Enter FloatChatAi. Now, this isn't just another data tool. It's basically a translator. It's a platform built specifically to turn our natural human curiosity, asking questions in plain English, into immediate, data-driven, visual answers that come straight from the heart of the ocean.
But how do you teach an AI to listen? Well, the first critical step was to separate the signal from the noise. I mean, the raw data had over 65 different variables. The team had to figure out which ones really mattered. They narrowed it down to 8 essential parameters, things like location, time, temperature, and salinity that could answer the vast majority of questions someone might ask.
Now, to make all this work, they designed this incredibly clever hybrid database. On one side, you have this express lane for the AI, using just those 8 key variables for lightning-fast answers. But, and this is crucial, on the other side, you have the complete, uncompromised dataset with all 65-plus variables, perfectly preserved for deep scientific research. So it serves both the casual, curious user and the expert scientist at the same time. Brilliant.
Okay, so now let's pop the hood. Let's really get into the AI engine that makes this entire conversation possible.
So the core technology is called a RAG pipeline. That stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. But forget the jargon for a second. The absolute best way to understand it is with this analogy. The AI doesn't just guess from its general knowledge. Instead, it has this super smart librarian that first goes and finds the precise factual data from the ocean database, and then it forms the answer. This is what guarantees the answers are accurate and not just made up. And it all works in 4 really elegant steps. First, it figures out what you're actually asking. Second, it does this hybrid search to find the exact data points you need. Third, and this is so cool, it remembers your previous questions, so you can have a real back-and-forth conversation. And finally, it pulls all that data together and gives you an expert-level summary, almost like you were talking to an actual oceanographer.
And the system is built with a flexible brain. Its main engine is Meta's really powerful Llama 3 model, but it's designed to be completely model agnostic. That means it can easily swap in other top-tier AIs from places like Alibaba, Mistral, or Google. This makes sure it always has the best tool for the job, today and in the future.
A key design choice, and honestly this is just so smart, was using something called the Model Context Protocol. The simplest way to think of it is as a universal adapter. It's basically a USB-C port for AI. It lets the core AI brain plug and play with any data source in a clean, standardized way. And this is so critical because it makes the entire platform incredibly easy to expand in the future.
Okay, so we've seen the problem and the tech, but what does this all actually look like for the person using it?
Let's see how it all comes together to turn raw data into actionable intelligence. This right here. This is the moment the treasure chest finally swings open. A user can ask a complex, really insightful question using simple, natural language. No code, no jargon, just pure curiosity.
And boom, the system just responds with this incredibly powerful dashboard. You can chat with it, or you can use precision filters. You get these stunning 3D visualizations of the globe. The AI automatically flags any weird anomalies for you, and it even clusters data by geographic area. And, most importantly, you can still export the full, uncompromised scientific data whenever you need to.
So, what does opening this treasure chest really mean for the future? I mean, this is a huge win, but it's just the beginning. Where does this conversation go next?
Well, FloatChatAI was never meant to be a one-and-done project. It's an extensible platform that's designed to grow. The plan is to automate real-time data feeds and, thanks to that USB-C port design we talked about, seamlessly plug in new data from satellites, gliders, and buoys. And the AI brain itself is just going to keep getting smarter, moving towards predictive analytics.
Ultimately, when you take a step back, what this project achieved is nothing short of profound. It took a static, inaccessible national asset and turned it into a living, dynamic platform. This creates a completely new way for scientists, policymakers, and even the public to engage with vital scientific information.
And this brilliant project leaves us with one final and pretty provocative thought. For the first time, in a way that's truly accessible to everyone, we've started a real conversation with our oceans. So the only question that's left